Hey everyone, today I wanted to make a video on how to play Wizard for new players. Now since Wizard is a very difficult class to play in the beginning, what I decided to do was I'm going to go from level 1 to level 20 and I'm going to make a series of videos going over different parts about Wizard. Whether it's different builds, playstyles, spells, skills, you name it, I'm going to go over everything. Now, in this specific video, we're going to go over how to play Wizard from level 1. Now, since we're playing solo, we are going to be running Goblin Caves because that's going to be the easiest map to play on. Now, what should we use level 1? Well, for perks, there's a couple good perks we can run. We can go Quick Chant to increase your spellcasting speed. Always good to increase your spellcasting speed. We can run Ice Shield, which gives us more of a defensive option, increases our armor rating, and inflicts Frostbite, which decreases movement speed and attack speed when an enemy melee attacks you. The perk I like using the most is Arcane Mastery, because your magic missiles is going to do more damage, and it also has this casting time reduced, so you're going to cast it faster, you're going to clear mobs pretty fast. Not only that, but it's going to reduce the casting time of your invis, which is going to give you more survivability. So that's why I like using Arcane Mastery. So that's what we're going to use. Don't be afraid to try out different perks. Everyone has a different playstyle, so don't be afraid to experiment with different perks. Now for the skills, I'm going to be using meditation because if you're new to playing Wizard, you're going to miss a lot of spells. So it's always good to use meditation so you can get those spells back pretty fast. For solos, other skills are better, like Intense Focus. Intense Focus, you're going to get a lot more DPS because you're going to cast spells instantly. But just for beginners, we're going to be using meditation because it's the easiest to use and you're going to miss a lot of spells. Now for spells, the spells I like to run is the most generic build for wizards, and that's going to be Fireball, Magic Missiles, Invisibility, Haste, and Zap. Now is this the best build to run in solos? No, it's definitely not the best build. There are better spells like Chain Lightning, Light Orb for rogues, Ice Bolt to slow enemies' movement speed, things like that. But I feel like these spells are the easiest to use as a beginner. So this is the build that I'm going to be running with. Now since we got all of that set up, what's going to be the game plan level 1? Well, since we have the magic staff and the magic staff has a very slow casting animation, I'm not going to PvP at all. Me personally, I like to ignore all PvP and just try to farm as much gold as we can so we can get a little bit better gear, and we can also get a spell book, which is gonna help us a lot in PvP. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So let's hop into a game. So before I start playing, there's one thing I want to go over, and that's movement. Having good movement as a wizard is extremely important. And what I mean by that is when you're moving in Dark and Darker, whether you're moving forward or side to side, you keep your default movement. So with all of this gear on, I have 95% because I have negative movement speed penalty on the frock, the wizard hat, and the cloth pants. Well, if I were to cast a spell with this magic staff in my hand, which also gives us a decreased movement speed penalty, we go from 88% to 49%. So casting spells decreases your movement speed, and also attacking decreases your movement speed. And not only that, but if we were to walk backwards, that also decreases our movement speed. So a lot of times I see new players make this huge mistake. They see someone like a fighter, and a fighter will start sprinting from them from around that area. They'll start sprinting down towards them, and what they'll do is they'll instantly start backpedaling and casting a spell. Now we can see that casting a spell and backpedaling, we go down to 30% movement speed. Now, if a fighter were to sprint at you, they would catch up to you in a matter of seconds. Having 105, 110 movement speed with sprint against 30% movement speed when you're casting a spell and walking backwards, not knowing what you're running into, they could run into a wall, a goblin. I see it all the time. You're gonna die a lot. So how do we negate something like that? Well, jumping takes away that movement speed penalty, because when you jump, you're keeping that momentum. So you can see when we walk forward and we jump and start casting that spell, we're gonna keep that momentum. And when we get to around a quarter or half of the spell, we're gonna create some space, and that's gonna help us survive better in PvP fights. All right, so we walk forward, we jump backwards, and we start casting a spell, and that's gonna help negate that 30% movement speed that we get from backpedaling and casting the spell. So that's the most important movement tech that you should know in Dark and Darker, because that's gonna help you survive a lot. So now that we went over that, now we're just gonna loot things. We don't want to PvP. We just want to loot things and try to get as much gold as we can, so we can buy gear to help us actually be able to PvP. We can PvP naked with a magic staff. It's just very difficult, especially if you're a beginner. So we did get some cloth pants, magic pen. Not the best, but better than nothing. Not really sure how that goblin died. I'm guessing there's someone in here. That's okay. What we can do, actually, is we can come down here, and I'm going to go fight the centipede. The centipede has a good chance to drop his jewelry, which can help us. Now, Ranger does a lot of damage to us, so I'm just going to ignore this fight since he already took half of our health in one shot. So I'm going to ignore him. And make sure this Bola Slinger doesn't hit us. Rid of these goblins. So since that Ranger's down there and we're already at half health, we're just gonna have to loot somewhere else. I don't think this was a player. Alright, it's actually a fighter because he used sprint. I don't really have anything, so I'm not really sure what's happening, but oh my god, there's actually people everywhere. Well, I'm gonna let those two fight. Is he gonna follow me? He is, but he actually took some damage. I'm gonna let these two fight, and then we're gonna third party. I think that's the play. Oh my god, these two are just really missing everything, huh? We're just gonna clean this up. Wow, didn't die from that. I'm very shocked. Could be dead, yeah. Nice. That was a pretty easy fight. We just third-partied them. Nothing to really go over there. I was not expecting the third party early on. And this Warlock actually seemed like he had some decent stuff for us to use. Like rawhide gloves. Okay. What else? Once the pendant. Definitely the spell book. Wow. Well, that saved us a lot of time for us. Leather leggings with 2 strength. Okay. Got some heals. We'll pick up another spell book just for a backup. I won't pick up this guy's stuff because it's level 15 to trade and it's not worth it. I think these agility pants are better because they do give us knowledge, will, and agility. And I think that's pretty much all we want. Looks like. Yep, I'm fine with that. And I think since we got some pretty decent stuff already, I'm just gonna leave. We chose not to fight the ranger. We did want to fight the centipede, but the ranger was unfortunately in our way and he did get us to half health. So we just disengaged. Instead of fighting, we just left it alone. And then we got a pretty good situation because we didn't fight the ranger. We left him alone and we were able to third party the fighter and we got some pretty decent gear out of it. So sometimes as a wizard player, you see all these good wizard players PvP, and I know it's exciting to PvP as wizard because it's super cool. You two-shot everything and you're casting spells and all that, but sometimes you got to know what fights to take and what fights not to take. And right there, we didn't take the fight with the ranger and we got a better look later on with the third party, and now we got some pretty decent stuff. So I think that's a good thing we can take from that game. Since we have gold, what kind of stuff should you buy? Since we have stuff, we don't really need to buy anything, but if we were, what stuff should we look for? Well, stuff you should look for, I would say, is knowledge. Knowledge is super important because that's going to increase your spellcasting speed, which increases your DPS and survivability, because that's going to let you cast haste invis faster. It's going to cast your DPS spells faster. Obvious. Things you should also look for, which we probably won't see it, but damage stats like plus additional magic damage and true magical damage. I don't think that's as important early on because we mostly want to just survive these games because we only have one perk right now. So I think knowledge is a little bit more important, but once we get more perks and we start getting our power level up, we want to look for those damage stats. So rawhide gloves are pretty good. Padded leggings, occultist boots, light foot boots are good just for more movement speed. I know Oracle Robe gives you a knowledge. Mystic Vestments gives you will, which increases your magic power. But will isn't as important. Still good to go for, but it's not as good as knowledge. But since we already have some gear, we could just buy some pots. And that looks good to me. So I think now we'll go into our next game. We actually spawn next to the centipede, which is really good. So we'll be doing the centipede. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have done the centipede. It's pretty easy, but if you haven't, let's actually take it over here since I don't want these spiders body blocking us. Hopefully that guy on the other side of the door does both us, but basically you have to dodge that lunge move, which is pretty easy. All you gotta do is sidestep it. Unfortunately, there's a barbarian, so you gotta be careful of that. We're gonna let the centipede kind of get in his way so we can space out. I'm gonna go in this just so it re-aggroes to the barbarian. And I'm just gonna keep casting fireballs. Looks like he does want to come back up. So I'm going to invis here. Now we're in this weird situation where there is a cleric, it sounds like. So I'm going to go through here. think I'll be able to kill this barbarian. I'm gonna crouch just so he doesn't hear our footsteps. I'm gonna move around back so I have the high ground. Unfortunately, there's a spider on us. When you play wizard, I know it can be quite hard, but you're not gonna want to panic, because once you panic, that's when you make mistakes, and one mistake and you're dead with wizard. And I'm not gonna fight this cleric because it doesn't look like he's gonna fight. But it looks like the centipede did kill the barbarian, which is good. So we're gonna go loot the barbarian, even though he probably doesn't have anything. Let's see what he had. He didn't have anything. Barbarians could be very difficult to fight because they have iron will, and that gives them a lot of magical protections. So you're gonna want to just do your best at having good positioning and keep fireballing to do poke damage and then zapping them down, or magic missiles, but it's a little risky to do that. Let's see, we got a frost amulet and a badger or pendant. These don't look too good. I think I'll just leave on the agility pendant. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine for now. Wish we got something better, but that's okay. Got some light food boots, pretty good. I will take this time to meditate. Cults is a good area to go in. I know there's usually... No, it was just the exquisite goblet, which is pretty good. But usually, sometimes there is clarity potions or health potions in there. I know there's trinkets on these little wooden... I don't even know what you call those. Seats, I guess. I guess we can go into the little prison area, since that has so many chests. We can loot in there. Right now, I'm not opposed to PvP. If we do see someone, we can PvP them, but it's always best that when you have decent gear to actually defend yourself, we should just look for more trinkets so we can have just backup gold so we can buy gear. That's what I'm going to be doing. Nice. Spellcasting speed, not bad. There's a cleric with a cape and a fighter. I don't want to get hit by that crossbow because that's going to take all of our health down. I'm going to just close the door for now. I'm going to make sure we have a place to run back to in case that fighter does hit us. And I think I'm going to try to go for the fighter, since it looks like he's decently geared. Guessing he ran in this room? I'm not really too sure. He did run into this room. That's good for us because it's wide open. It gives us enough space to dodge the crossbow. Not really sure where he went. I think that's him. Okay, so we gotta somehow bait out the crossbow shot. Maybe if I drink the potion? No, it looks like he's... It's probably already had enough time to load, so... That's unlucky. Well, since we took that shot, I'm just not even gonna fight him. Unfortunately, crossbows and longbows are your worst enemy, so we're just not even gonna fight him. Because the next shot would probably kill us. So we're just gonna go through the static exit and call it a day. Yeah, so unfortunately, this guy was geared. That's why he took half of our health down with one crossbow. But that's the life of a wizard. One shot with everything and you're down to 20% HP. So unfortunate, but that's just how it is. But we played it safe, and that's how you should play it in the early levels. And we got a little bit of gold, not too much. Oh man, that guy looks scared. It's a warlock? Oh, he looks like he's fighting something. Fighting a goblin. Okay. Well, I don't want to get too close, because I don't know what he has. He could have Phantom Eyes. That's really unlucky. He does have Venom Eyes. Okay. Let's go the opposite way. Oh, we almost fell. I think we'll just run back. No way, he can catch up to us. Wow, that is actually super unlucky. Wow, why is that guy so fast? Wow. All right, well, that is just unfortunate. Yeah, that's we should have cleared the mobs out first. And that's why the high roller maps are so bad, because there's so much mobs. And that's why it can be very difficult for wizard. But a good thing we do have backup. Yeah, when you're playing wizard, you definitely don't want to be discouraged when you play wizard. You will die a lot. Wizard is very squishy. You die to 2 shots to pretty much everything. And mobs can be a pain to deal with, so you'll probably die to mobs a lot. And you'll get a lot of unfortunate moments like those, so it's best not to get discouraged, because wizard is very rewarding once you get to that power level where you can start 2-tapping everyone with zap. So we'll shake off our last death, and we'll just try to farm gold again. We're not too far behind, since we did find that extra spell book. We do have a spell book at least. What's that? These goblins, and we are next to this prison, which can be pretty good. It has a bunch of chests, but it's definitely a pain to clear out. Hey, real quick. Oh no. Oh no. What was that? I'm thinking there's no way. Wow. There's no way a goblet actually came over there and got aggro to us. Wow. I can't believe that happened. Well, that's okay, because right across from us is a health shrine. So once we deal with this annoying bat, we can go get that health shrine. Fortunately, we do have to meditate again. Okay, now we can deal with this bullet slinger. Wow. I just totally missed that. Want that. Rather take this health shrine. It's a lot safer than the one down there with the mage. There's someone is in here. Fortunately, there is a bat. Okay, we'll just juke out this guy. Close the door. We can get this shrine real quick. We'll definitely get it before he even opens the door. And I think we're good. I don't think we need to meditate here. Sounds like he's not even close to the door, so we should be safe. Okay, he went in there. I should probably meditate so I can have he's gonna leave. Unfortunate. But that does give us some time to loot this room. So that's what we'll be doing. Alright, now that we looted those chests, I think we're ready to go. Oh, it's another wizard. Interesting. He's running lightning strike. I'm not gonna open it. That's interesting. Not really sure why he would. It's not like he opened up a portal, so there's no really point to push him. I can kill this in time before he. Oh no, he's gonna escape. Yeah, unfortunate. My muscle memories had totally screwed me over there. I'm not used to having this slow spellcasting speed. But we actually almost outplayed that wizard. If I didn't screw up the zap, we probably could have been close to killing him. Sometimes it's better to play super aggressive because he was not expecting us to actually go in and start zapping him. He was expecting us to just leave through that door, so good play on us. Just I really screwed up that zap. That is okay. We survived, and that's all that matters. Now we can loot these chests in here. We do have a static exit we can go through. I need that. Man, there's like no trinkets anywhere. It's alright. Shoes and a mask. Don't want either of those. Anything? There's a bandage I almost missed. Yeah, I think that's good. I don't really want to fight the guy. There's no point. Unfortunately, we couldn't kill that wizard, but we were pretty close. If I didn't screw up that zap, we would have been good. But we survived. So we did get gold, and that's all that matters. Got around 60 gold from those trinkets. You want to sell those? Those aren't too bad. It's not the best, but it's not too bad. See, if we had quick chant there, our zap would have casted a little faster, and I might have would have gotten it off and not accidentally canceled it too early. So there is definitely pros and cons between Arcane Mastery and quick chant. It's pretty good finds. We got a crystal sword. Man, I'm not sure what's going on. But there, he's up at the very top. I definitely will try to look for PvP fights since we're decently geared now. I heard something, but if it is bad, doesn't. Make sure that bat didn't hit us. I want to make sure I save my healing as much as I can. Just clear up these mobs. This is a good area to kind of patrol through because somebody does spawn through here. He looks like he did die. He did have a health pause for us. Nice. Someone might have spawned over there. I think I would rather just go to Centipede since we don't have any jewelry. We might as well try to get some jewelry. So that's what I'm gonna go do. Hopefully this bat doesn't hit us. Is that somebody? That is somebody. Then make sure this bat doesn't hit us. Looks like he might have a recurve. Yeah, he does have a recurve because he triple shotted. I'm gonna hasten Viz. I'm gonna see what he's doing here. Oh, he just screwed himself pretty bad. I'm gonna invis just to make sure. Get some distance on him. Pretty easy fight. We just caught him when he was reloading. Yeah, it's definitely very good to know what the other classes do. So you can play around it. Like we knew that Ranger had a recurve bow. So if he did keep his triple shot and not waste it on those mobs, we would have to play very carefully, because if we get triple shotted by a recurve, even though it's a gray one, we would take a lot of damage. And if it was a longbow, we could count, I believe the longbow has 5 shots. So we could count 5 shots and then we could be able to go in. And it would be definitely an easy win for us. But Rangers are a very difficult matchup because they do so much damage and they slow. And I'm not going to chase this guy because I think it was a rogue. I'm not too sure. But it definitely looked like a rogue. And I'm guessing it was a rogue since I think he double jumped. I don't remember. I think we'll check over here to see if there was somebody over here. Not too sure. It doesn't seem like it. trinkets. Let's see. No. Captain's kind of in a weird place. But I don't think somebody is over there. Scroll, not bad. What is that noise? Or is there a ranger? Okay, it looks like he has a longbow. Okay, yeah, he has a cape, so it's definitely a longbow. That's one shot. 2. 3. Okay, we can start playing aggressively. He did probably reload. So we're not gonna push. Hopefully I can fireball that door. Oh, missed. That's okay though. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go around. I think the prison room is a better place to fight in. And plus he's taking damage from the storm. I think a portal would be over there, but you never know. I think we'll just kind of chill here to see. Because that dude does have a cape. He might have ran back out around here, maybe? Not too sure. Oh, that's the rogue. I think I'm just gonna invis and try to get to safety here. Okay. I'm gonna try to heal up. Actually, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna meditate anyways, so we can use those invises. Damn. Unfortunately, that ranger did go around like I said. And just one shot just did way too much damage. We did kill a rogue, so hopefully we can come back around and loot him. Definitely going to be a difficult fight. Like there might be multiple people. I think I'm just gonna fireball this door open just so we stay behind this cover. Oh, he just caught himself in his own trap. We can play aggressively. Oh, he ran. Damn. Unfortunate, honestly. Unfortunate. Played so bad and got rewarded. That's okay though. Is there anything else we want? We can take the lantern. Unfortunately, we just didn't do enough damage. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to loot that chest, so we'll just leave. But if that, even if that trap wasn't there and the portal wasn't there, we definitely would have won the fight because he shot 3 times. We haste invis in there. He would either be reloading or he would only have 2 shots. And I'm pretty sure we could have dodged one of those shots and then we could have zapped them down or fireballed them down and then we would have easily won that fight. But that's all right. We got out, made some gold. Almost 100 gold, not bad. And got some additional magic damage gloves, which is really good. All right, and then we got up to level 5, so I think that's a good place to stop. Let me know if you guys thought this guide was helpful, and also let me know if you guys prefer a whole series of videos going over different parts about Wizard, or if you guys would rather prefer just one video of me talking about all the tips and tricks about Wizard. The next video, I think I'll go over only PvP, so we'll just try to hunt down as many players as we can and get into as many PvP fights as we can. Like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.